A couple of videos back, I had addressed the dossier issue with Donald Trump and Putin's um, response to it, and how the plan was designed to work and how it worked flawlessly. Well, Vladimir Putin today just verified everything. When he came out and made this statement, you can see clearly, and we're going to in this video, take a look at a 6-minute um, video of him speaking about this, and you can even tell by his body language that he's pissed off and that he's lying. And we are going to have some other video right before it to analyze where he's actually speaking the truth and speaking things that he believes, and you'll be able to physically see the difference. This man is incredibly bad at hiding how he feels with his body language, because in his position in his country, he doesn't have to. You know, as a dictator, I mean, they call him a president, but he's a dictator. And as a former KGB guy, you know, and when he's talking to the press, he could really care less what their opinion of whether they think he's lying or not. I mean, he's got a lot more power in his position in his country than our president does in this one. Well, the current one, or the one that's going to be inaugurated here, thinks that he's going to have that level of power, but he's mistaken. So, anyway, without any further ado, the next video is going to be, it's a 6-minute video of Vladimir Putin, and I'm going to split it up 1.25. We're going to do 3 2-minute sections of it. The first 2-minute section is going to be him speaking in a way that he believes what he's saying. He's calm, he's collected. You'll be able to see the body language. And then the 2-minute to 4-minute section, he starts beginning to talk about things that are going on with election results, and he starts to get a little bit more tense. He gets more shifty. And then in the last 2 minutes, when he's actually talking about the dossier issue, you can see him shift his eyes all over the place, look up all the time, and just say things that are transitory statements. And the change is striking. Now, what I have had to do here, I have 2 speaker system on this computer attached, and the speaker on my left is going to be the translator, and I have that turned up, and the speaker on the right is his Russian speaking, and I have that kind of muffled and turned down so that you don't have the confusion. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this.
Well, there are people who leave without saying goodbye in respect to the situation, without damaging anything, touching no strings. But there are people who say goodbye over and over again, but they do not leave actually. So the current administration is the second kind of people, I think. What do we see now? The United States. We see the ongoing...
Okay, so that first minute there, he was talking about things that he believed about Barack Obama. And as you can see, he was calm, collected, kind of smiling a little bit. His head stayed fairly static. He does look back and forth. He has a whole bunch of people in front of him. So I can't really overanalyze that too much, because when you're speaking centrally like that and you have an arc of people in front of you, it's very easy to have your head go back and forth a lot. So he basically goes from his left about 45 degrees to center on the camera. Now, here in this next section, I know I stopped at about 1 minute, we're going to see something start to change, and you're going to see the subject matter start to change, and watch his eyes and listen to the cadence. Now, I know nobody can understand Russian, or if maybe somebody can, but most people out here can't understand Russian. But listen to the cadence and the tone, not what's being, literally said, but cadence and tone and head position.
Acute political fight within the country, though the elections have already completed and Mr. Trump won by far, and during that fight, that struggle, there can be seen several goals. Some of them are evident: to undermine the legitimacy of the newly elected President of the United States. In that relation, I'd like to say that some people want it or they do not want it, but still they damage the interests of the United States. They trained in Kyiv, and now they want to organize another Maidan now in the United States in order to prevent Trump from becoming president. Another objective, kind of, is to tie by hands and legs the newly elected president in terms of his promises to the nation, and also in terms of foreign policy of the country. So just imagine, how can you improve relations between the USA and Russian Federation if there are such injections as hackers influencing?
So now we can start to see it. Now we can start to see him shifting his weight back and forth, looking from 45 degrees right to 45 degrees left, and looking up and starting to think about what he has to say, and using transitory statements to try to buy for time so that he can mark his words carefully. And it's just going to get worse and worse. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. I don't want to waste a whole bunch of time to 1.5. But you'll see the same thing. Here we go.
The vote, but hackers, they did not create anything new. They just revealed the information which already was there. Moreover, so Russian intelligence has some compromising evidence against the new elected president. Well, just take a look at this. I do not know him personally, the president, the new elected president. I don't know what he's going to do in terms of international affairs, so I have no reason whatsoever to criticize him for anything. Neither to defend him. We're not going to Nobel Prize Committee to give him a Nobel Prize in math, physics, or any other field. I have no reasons whatsoever. But these injections, they are fraud. When Trump came to Moscow, I don't even remember when it happened actually. He wasn't a political actor. We didn't know whether he had any political ambitions. He was just a businessman, one of many rich people, American rich people. If you think that our intelligence are pursuing each and every billionaire, no, that is absolutely not true. Trump came and started to visit Russian prostitutes. Well, he's a mature man, he's an adult already, so all his life, many years, he's been organizing beauty contests, he's been in conversation and many meetings with beautiful women around the world, so I cannot imagine that he decided to go to some hotel to meet Russian, well, girls with social responsibilities being at the lowest. But they are also the best in the world, I'm sure.
Okay, we're seeing the exact same thing here. The guy is clearly making it up on the spot. He can't even make eye contact with the person that he's addressing. He's confused. He doesn't know what he wants to say. This is not, if anybody's seen Vladimir Putin talk before, the man is, he's a very intelligent man. He's been alleged to be autistic. And we know that a lot of folks that, have that condition have incredibly high IQs. And this man was a KGB agent for a very long time. And I promise you, he knew when Donald Trump was coming. He knew where he was, what he was doing, his reason for being there, everybody he met with. That's not something the Russian intelligence community would have let slide. And to say that this guy didn't know he had political ambitions, the man was in the running for vice president in '92, when this guy was an actual operating agent and Bush was the head of the CIA. You think he didn't know? That's just crazy. I mean, the man is just completely lying right through his teeth. And this is why it pissed him off. He's pissed off at the left now in America because they took this falsified report that Trump had the FBI leak out and reported as gospel truth when it was full of errors, and gave this gift to the Trump administration to go out there and call CNN fake news. And now, I mean, can you imagine anything now that would be reported about Donald Trump that Donald Trump couldn't say was fake news? Anything? Nothing. I mean, it's just so unbelievably easy to see when you are looking at it through the lens of neither Republican nor Democrat. And I hate to beat up the Democrats here, but guys, you do this stuff to yourself because you react emotionally, because you see things that you want to agree with and you jump on them, and you do a lot of the same things that Trump supporters do, but when they let emotions take over and they don't use thought. And I'm going to close out this video with an example, this Joss Whedon character. Okay, seriously, was this necessary? I mean, seriously. I mean, this just paints you people in a very bad light. And I hate to say the term you people, but you do it over and over again. And the reason Trump knew how to do this is because he was one of you 2 different times in his life for 10 years. And he understands the thinking inside the Democratic Party. That everything is done emotionalist, everything is done knee-jerk, and you just cannot, if you're going to defeat this guy, you're going to have to get over yourselves. You're going to have to get over your emotional attachment to your belief system. And you're going to have to start taking a breath, stepping back, and thinking a few steps ahead, or this guy's going to beat you like a drum every time. So, I hate to, end the video that way, but guys, this guy's going to be here inaugurated very soon, and if you're going to actually resist this guy, you cannot fall for these games he's going to play with you. And this last thing with this dossier was a game. So God bless everyone and good luck. Thank you for subscribing. Like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate it. We're seeing an increase in viewership, increase in subscribership. We crossed the 300,000 view mark, which was amazing. Thank you everyone for that. I appreciate it. We'll continue to try to make videos that are thoughtful, intelligent, relevant. Thank you.